from me. Bought a house and fix her tummy. All those flats, I get money. All those flats, I get money.
Haien, a Jujutsu Kaisen game set before the events of the main story. I can't wait to 4 hours of footage corrupted. So we're using stream clips. Like I showed in the intro, Jujutsu Kaisen games are really like 0-3 right now. There's really not a lot of competition, so the bar is in hell, and this game has a few problems. I am enjoying it though, and we're gonna detail that in this video, but it's definitely the best one I played so far. I'm not gonna lie. Once again, the bar is in hell though. So this game is very similar to deepwoken, if I was to say. The combat system is like a mix between Type Soul and deepwoken. Parrying feels very nice. The abilities, I mean, there's not a lot of them, if I'm gonna be honest, but they all feel good, so it's fine. You have to consider that this game is still in testing. They say it's in testing. I would say it's in CC, I'm not gonna lie. It has CC level content, but if this is what they consider testing, I would actually say that's a good thing for the game, because it means that they plan to include a lot more. But it also definitely has a few things to iron out, which is basically what we're going to be outlining in this video. We're going to talk about what I like about this game, what I don't like, what could be changed type shit. This was going to be a gameplay video at first. The first video was going to be a gameplay video, except, or slash progression, except for the fact that 4 hours of the footage got corrupted, like I said, right guys? This shit's so fire, bro. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna start with the negatives because there's a lot less of them, and I feel like they're more important to get out, so then I can talk about the positives and how they shine. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to bring up is the gatekept information, right? If you want to like actually be able to play this game, you're not gonna be able to learn it through just in-game. And I'm gonna explain more, because there is things that in-game that help you, which I will. During the negative section, I'll give the benefit of the doubt, and then during the positive section, I'll play devil's advocate for all my points. But they don't tell you what you need to know in this game. So when you join in the game, right, if you talk to all the people, they'll tell you how to progress. They'll give you a little, like, you know, tutorial, and at the top of the screen, if you click the gear, there's a control section. So you would think that if the game shows you how to like do missions, how to progress, how to get XP, the game shows you where to put your stats in, the game tells you villages and places you could go, you would think that the fucking gear at the top with all the controls would have all the controls in it. Wrong. Why? I don't know. It's so simple, because the actual way you get skills is great, in my opinion. I like it, right? It's simple, it's easy, it's effective. You just press M and you double click on the skills when you have your stat points, which the game shows you how to get stat points. It doesn't show you how to get skills though. And the reason why this wouldn't be an issue is because they have it in the control section, except for that's the only control that's not there. You can tell I'm getting pressed because for the first 2 hours, I wish I had the footage. I just didn't know how to get skills. I was like, am I really like semi-grade 2 and I just have no skills right now? Like, what's going on? I get my curse technique at grade 2, but I can't get skills? Like, hello? But the reason why I didn't like try to explore my keyboard and press every button is because there's a controls list. So why the hell would I click controls that aren't there? If I am playing the game perfectly fine with the controls you've given me, and the control to get the skills is not there, why would I randomly press M? I thought like I had to, what's it called, go do a quest or something to get skills like curse technique. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, I had to rant about that, because that's gotta be my biggest gripe for the game, having controls lists without all the controls there, right? Next thing is that although you'll definitely be able to play the game, you're not going to be able to get like an actual build without going in the Discord, going on the wiki, go on the Trello. Now, there are definitely information sources out there, and like I said, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. The owner has responded to me about some of the questions I asked, and the community is great. If you ask them questions, they'll be there, but a lot of things are just gate kept, so you're gonna have to have at least like 3 tabs open while playing this game when you start. Once you obviously figure everything out, you're gonna understand everything, right? So, but personally, I don't really mind, because shit, I fucking love playing Terraria, and if you know how that game is, you know how that game is. If you know, right? So information is gate kept a little bit, but once again, this game is in testing, so like this is why I say it's kind of in CC, because in CC this is pretty standard. In testing, wouldn't you want everybody to test your things? I don't know though. Next thing, So earlier in the video, I mentioned that, you know, it was very similar to deepwoken, and it definitely had deepwoken inspiration. Well, for right now, consider, because, you know, like I said, it's still in testing, but it's very similar to deepwoken PvE wise. And what do I mean by that? Well, this game obviously is parry based, and I would say its PvE is also parry based. You know, you're gonna do a whole bunch of M1 trading. Here's the thing, some of the mobs are just dead ass deepwoken copies, and it's like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You definitely don't have to reinvent the wheel, but it's like, bro, that's just a thresher. Like, it has the 3 fucking bites, it has the 2 claw swipes, and it has the tail swipe. Now, they definitely could change this, because I'm gonna show an example of something they changed. There used to be all these curses that were just humanoids, and the models were kind of ass, I'm not gonna lie, and they really didn't do anything special. They changed those with bugs that are like actually from the show, and their moves are unique to Haien, right? I've never seen a curse have that type of move except for in this game. So that was a good change, right? And they did that just recently. So they definitely have the potential, they definitely have the capability to change these things that are how they are right now. But I'm just saying, it was kind of crazy to just literally see a Thresher import into this game with a different model, right? Another thing is that a lot of the attack patterns are the same. So at least this attack pattern I'm about to talk about is an original pattern, right? It's an original pattern that they made, except for the fact that a lot of the mobs, the humanoid mobs at least, have the same attack pattern. Because there's this golem in the game, right? And there's this Yeti in the game, and also clips of both of these, and they basically have the same attack pattern, right? It's just hit jump, hit jump, sometimes overhead slam, right? You feel me? It's just like, you know, it's the same attack pattern, right? And yes, you know, at least it's theirs. At least, you know, the Yetis have a few different special moves, right? But it's like, you know, it's the same. And I wasn't really caring, because a guy like me, I'm not really into that PvP. I love this game for the PvP. I'm a PvP ass nigga, right? Except for the fact that my chat pointed out, ain't that just the golem's attack pattern, but, you know, stronger? And I was like, damn, he low-key right. But yeah, other than that, low-key, I don't really have that many issues with this game or things that really should be changed. You have to consider that this game is in testing, so a lot of these things have the potential to be changed. So yeah, let's get into the positives. So the first thing that's great about this game is that there's no rolling for curse techniques. You can just get whichever one you want. It's actually amazing. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up, right? So right now there's just no rolling in the game, period, but that'll probably change when this game releases, if I'm going to be honest. But I'm going to give an example on what I mean by curse techniques. Anyone can just get whatever they want, because right now there are clans in the game, right? And how clans work is they don't give any stat buffs right now. They said they plan to, you know, change that, but you just spawn in with whatever clan you get, right? And the only curse technique that's locked behind a clan is Limitless, which you need the Gojo clan, right? They could have easily made it where whatever like you spawn in with is the curse technique you have to get, and then the quest, you have to go get that quest, or you just don't get a curse technique. And then they could have like a shit where it's like, oh, you can get heavily restriction with any clan though. Or maybe they could have only made it Toto clan, right? You see what they could have done? They could have made this shit ass. But luckily, they said, let's not make our game ass. And they made it so you can get any curse technique no matter the clan you are, or no matter what you are. It's amazing, right? So earlier we had a deepwoken inspired negative. Let's have a deepwoken inspired positive. Other than, like, you know, the combat system being parry based and it feeling amazing, they let you have more than one curse technique. It's so amazing, because for me, players like SR Keto, players like me, Maze players like me that love to spam them bitches, it's possible because they let you have more than one curse technique, right? And for all the players that want to play standstill simulator, I mean M1 parry trading, it's good because you have different skills you can mix up with, because like I said, there's not a lot of skills right now for like the actual like strength, weapon mastery, shit like that, like stat point investment. So you can just go get blood, right? You only need one skill point investment to get the first skill. Now you have a blood slash, and then you go and get blazing courage. Now you have your main fire swords. You feel me? Like it's good that they let you have different curse techniques with one skill point investment, because that lets you diversify your build, right? Build diversity is very high in this game, right? And I love PvP. I think it's the most important part. But the second most important part is progression. Now, there are missions in this game, right? That's like the main way you progress. I'm saying that in quotation marks, but this is not the mission board, by the way. The mission board is actually amazing because all you have to do is press tab and then you can get a mission anywhere and it marks where it is, right? It's a great system. There's plenty of missions to do, but I'm not gonna lie, most of them are ass, but at least there's like, you know, like variety. It's not all just go fight 4 people over here. Some of them are like, you know, go find this relic. Another one is go help someone from this ambush. Another one is go help a person kill these things, right? It's pretty simple missions. The progression is nothing special in my opinion, but it's nothing bad, except for, you know, there's other ways to progress. Once you're strong enough, or if you're really just Himothy, you can go fight bosses. The Yeti boss, when you're at least before your grade 2, you kill him and you get 15 stat points every time. It's so great, right? You just go farm that boss and you're good for a bit, right? And you have chances of getting good loot. And then the last way you can progress is through the bounty board if you're really Himothy. It's actually the fastest way of progression because you get the most XP, but if you're good at PvP, you can just go kill people, you know, like a Void Walker would, and then you can progress that way. So there's different ways to progress. It's nothing special, but like you can't call the progression ass in my opinion, because like if you're not enjoying the gameplay loop, there's different things to do to, you know, continue to progress your build, right? Now, before I get into the last thing, which is content, I'm just gonna go through like a random things that I enjoy about the game. The VFX are beautiful. You know, speaking of beautiful, the art style. I gotta say, the art style in this game is crazy, and it's crazy good, and there's like a whole bunch of quality of life that just makes this game not feel like a pain. Like it makes it feel like it's possible to play it for 2 hours straight, 4 hours straight, 6 hours straight. The mechanics, they're nothing special, but like it's everything you need. You know, you have roll cancels, you have M1 cancel, you have sliding, you have dashing, you have uppercut, you have air attack. Like you don't really need anything else. You have dash attack, you have running attack. Like you don't need anything else, but it's just nice that this game is so early in development and they already have these things. You feel me? Now, content. How much is there to actually do in this game? Well, I'm 7 hours in and I haven't even touched 2 of the 4 areas, right? I would say there's a decent amount. I would say there's enough. I would say that it's pretty good for a CC game. I would low-key say it's really good for a CC game. The curse technique quests have nuance. They're kind of like, you know, oath quests and deepwoken, where some of them are mad easy while other ones are, you know, actually have like crazy things you need to do. Personally the one I got, which was ice, I had to go kill a Yeti, which was like a boss, and I'm gonna go get into the bosses in just a second. And then I had to go to like the highest peak of this mountain, so it was pretty interesting. The next thing is like the bosses. They felt so immersive, and you might think I'm glazing, and the reason I say this is because when you enter a new area, it says like a calamity is in this area, dispel the calamity to lift the curse. And like when you're in the fucking area and you haven't killed the boss yet, you like or at least for the ice area, you shiver, right? And it's so like it's annoying, but it's like telling you, yes, you should go do that, right? So, and it's not like there's only one boss per area, so this only happens once. I went deeper into the ice area to explore more, and guess what? I saw it again, and I went there, it was a different calamity. So, I don't know. I would say this game is definitely the best Jujutsu Kaisen game I've ever played. You definitely got to keep it, you know, on your horizon. They said this game is supposed to open for like open access in 2 weeks, open testing. So, you know, give it a try, low key. Yeah, it's definitely similar to deepwoken. So if you like that game, you'll probably like this game. That's low key all I gotta say. If you want to join this game, the link will be in the description. Type shit and peace.